This is the beautiful lower Lliw Reservoir in the morning sunshine here. Just over an hour's bus ride from Swansea brings you up here. It's a 2-mile walk around the reservoir, then a 2-mile walk to the upper Lliw Reservoir. But don't forget, it's a 2-mile walk back down as well. Straight away you can see lots of birds. Here's a collection of gulls, herring and lesser blackback mainly on the water there. Pair of great-crested grebes here, which is nice. Few kites knocking about, always nice to see red kites. And from the trees behind me, green woodpecker calling. The path leads right around the reservoir, and the further up you go, the wilder and the more interesting it gets. Now as you come past the stream, it's worth having a look around and keeping quiet, because you never know what you might see on here. There are otters around, but you've got to be very, very lucky to see one. But never mind, because you can always enjoy the sculpture. One of the key things is don't rush, take your time. Plenty of places where you can sit down and just look around. And look at this, on this old stump here, a fungus with a wonderful name, turkey tail fungus. And use your ears, especially if you're here in spring. Can you hear that? That is a drumming great spotted woodpecker. I come to the upper Lliw Reservoir now. It's a walk of about, 45, 50 minutes. And if you want to, you can keep going. You can head up towards Penllergare in the distance then. This time of year, great place for skylarks. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back down and take my time and look for some wildlife. And you don't have to go far to look for wildlife. Look, one little pond like this, and it's full of tadpoles and even a little bit of frog spawn as well. Tell it's the spring, can't you? And what's interesting is that waiting its turn in amongst the vegetation over there is one lone toad as well. Oh, it's a glorious walk down here, especially on a day like this. The bubbling brook here, and I love this mixture of bracken and gorse. And the gorse is at its best now. It's in flower with that lovely coconut smell. And keep your eyes open for buzzards, few around. There's one sitting on a post, and also stone chats, small birds that'll sit high up and chack at you as you go past. Chack, chack, chack. Now it can get quite busy here. My advice is come early in the morning, but you know the best thing is at the end of your walk there are facilities, there are toilets, there's a cafe, cup of tea and a cake. You know, one of the things I love about Penllergare Woods, or Penllergare Valley Woods to give it its official name, is the fact you're right on the edge of a housing estate here. And it's a real mix of woodlands and wetlands, rivers and lakes here. And there's a well-defined network of footpaths that take you absolutely everywhere. It's always worth checking out the lakes here, especially for birds. There's nice variety here. There's little grebe over there, fishing away, coming up with fish every now and again. There's moorhen as well on the far shore. A pair of grey wagtails over there, male and female grey wagtail, beautiful birds. And if you're lucky, you might even see a kingfisher here. And there's nearly always a heron somewhere on these lakes too. And this one, not fishing, but looking stunning in its full breeding plumage. When you come to these areas of more mature woodland, use your ears as much as your eyes. If you listen, there are birds singing. There's blue tits up above me. There's a robin singing over here. There's also, which is brilliant, a chiff-chaff going chiff-chaff, chiff-chaff. And that is only just back from Africa. Now, one of the animals we know is here is the dormouse. It's quite scarce and you're not going to see it because it only comes out at night. But if you look around for signs, you may well find some. Like, here we are, this is the one I was looking for. A hazelnut with a perfectly round hole to get in. See that? That is a sign that it's been eaten by a dormouse. And the very best thing about Penllergare Woods, the cakes here are legendary. Oh, that is very good. Fair play. And this is the northern edge of Swansea, right next to the M4, and only 35 minutes by bus from Swansea bus station. Cheers. Just come from the top woods now along this path. It's opened up a bit, and that means that we've got quite a few flowers in here. Look at these are beautiful. These are lesser celandine, one of the first flowers you'll see out in spring. Lovely yellow flowers. They open by day and then close again by night. And over here, not yet in flower, this is Ranson's or wild garlic. If you cut it up and smell it, oh, it's got that lovely garlicky smell to it. Coming on the bridge over the river here, it's well worth stopping and having a look, checking out the stones, because it's actually a really good place for dippers. Well, that's Lliw Valley Reservoirs and Penllergare Woodlands, two cracking sites within a stone's throw of Swansea city centre. Why don't you visit them for yourselves? And don't forget, if you do come, please respect the wildlife and take your litter home with you.